exist in a sense that nobody remembers her and like she's vanished
No,
from all
it's
the
like
photos.
it's like she traveled through time.
Greg goes home. Also, what does he say? He says when he's looking at this party, because I think the parents have gone back inside and everything's still set up for the birthday party, but it just never happened.
And like the candles have melted down, and and like the next day everything is still completely set up for a birthday party, and it's just like, I'm sure there's like a raccoon or something that would have come and eaten that cake.
Yeah.
It would not still be there.
Yeah, but they say one line in there that...
What was it?
A birthday party for ghosts.
I want to read A Birthday Party for Ghosts. I feel like that's a Goosebumps book, like a birthday party for ghosts. I want to read that book.
That'd be pretty good.
It'd be, you know.
But a very dark thought for Greg to have.
He's gonna go emo. You know that, like, in a few years, he's gonna have, like, you know, or he'd go goth. It was the 90s. He'd go goth.
Go goth first, emo comes later.
Yeah.
Greg goes home, and now it just keeps coming. When it rains, it pours for Greg here, because his room has been ransacked. Parents aren't home, and no one's home except his room's turned upside down, likely by Spidey looking for his camera. And justice, I say.
Yeah.
So, Greg, you broke in...
I mean, they did steal his property.
Yeah, you broke into an old man's home, you broke his banister, and you stole his magic camera. Of course you deserve this.
Yeah, well, it's like, oh, no, and it's like, well, he just did the exact same thing to you that you did to him.
Yeah, only he didn't steal anything.
He didn't steal anything because he couldn't find what he was looking for.
Couldn't have stolen something.
But, I mean, what do you want out of a 12-year-old boy's room?
That's a whole different question. I don't know what Spidey, a homeless man, would want. Probably food.
I don't know. He had a whole bunch of Hungry Mans, but no freezer.
Yeah, you can buy them at the store. You gotta eat them within like the hour. I guess he had a microwave, or was he just eating them frozen?
I mean, he probably set fire to one of them rats.
He's a scientist.
He probably doesn't even need a microwave.
Yeah.
He just looks at it. I mean, he's got a magic camera. Who knows what else he's got?
He probably just takes a picture of it and sees what'll happen to it. It'll be cooked.
It's just a pile of poop.
Just... Oh, it went too far.
Because when you eat food, it becomes poop.
Yes, that's right, Nick. Thank you. You're a scientist, too, of sorts.
Hello.
Now I play the waiting game. Greg gets the guys together, tries convincing them all to return the camera. And this is the most frustrating part of the book, is how often they talk about returning the camera and not do it.
Yeah, I know. It's like, well, let's do it. And it's like, it's all the way across the street, Greg.
It's like, this is the only thing we have to do. It's kind of life. Our lives depend on it. Let's do it tomorrow.
These kids are awful.
And they have a disagreement about this, too. And Greg's picture is accidentally taken. They're so clumsy. Then two bullies in heavy metal t-shirts interrupt them and steal the camera.
Now, this was so typically, like, 90s bullies. Yeah, man, we like Metallica and, like, Iron Maiden, and we've got, like, you know...
Here are t-shirts to prove it.
Yes.
Do you think... this is the, like, we're 4 books in, and this is the second appearance of two bullies wearing heavy metal t-shirts.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, it seems like he just took the basis of Monster Blood for the characters and just moved them over to this book. He probably wrote 2 and was like, I don't know which one I'm going to use. So he used some of the same characters, and then he put out both. This probably is not what happened.
I'll tell you what did happen. Goosebumps is likely started off as a writing exercise for Stein to get over his PTSD of all the bullies, all the heavy metal bullies in his youth.
In the 50s, all the heavy metal bullies. Yeah. So it was like, you know, Freddie Cannon.
It's like, hey Stein, what you doing? You writing more of your jokes?
Down in Palisades Park.
Then boom, glasses knocked off his head, books on the floor. He's like, one day
they
I'll
look
get
like
back
Buddy
at you.
Holly.
One day I'll write you into scenes, and then I'll leave your endings ambiguous.
R.L. Stein, we love you. I can't stress that enough.
I do love him, but he hates bullies.
I feel like we have to save face so much. Like, everyone's just going to think we just hate it. And it's like, we have genuine love and affection for everything to do with Goosebumps.
I know. I'm not...
It's just funny.
I'm not talking about the way it's written right now. I'm talking about these heavy metal bullies. How come we never get to see point of view from the bully? And Greg snatches this camera back from them. runs off. The bullies are so lazy they're not even chasing him. And then they all, him and the friends decide, we'll return it tomorrow. There's too much excitement for one day.
It's just right there.
Greg's a sensible one, though, and he decides.
Yeah, Greg turns it around. He becomes kind of a decent, okay person by the end.
Yeah, you know, aside from threatening to punch Shari in the face.
I mean, look, you know,
keep a picture of it for his collection of girl punches.
Oh my god.
Probably got a sickening collection in that hidden space behind his bed.
I don't like this narrative.
It's like, honey, you know Greg has a lot of Playboys behind his bed, but did you see these photos of people he's punched in the mouth?
No. No, I didn't.
Well, they're alarming, to say the least.
Oh.
Oh, that concussion really really did a number on Mr. Banks. He was never the same after that.
He's in that wheelchair, and he's just there, and it's like, you can only ask him yes or no questions, and it's like, did you see what's in the headboard? Boop, boop. That's a reference to Star Trek. Captain Christopher Pike.
Oh, I think everybody got that from the boop boop sounds.
Okay. Well, I don't know.
I didn't. So Greg snatches the camera back, like I said, decided to do it later on. He looks at the photo that was taken, because he had put it in his pocket during the commotion.
Yeah, that's where you put a developing picture.
Well, you actually do.
Oh.
It says so on the package. It says, put it in a dark place, a warm place, your pocket. It was a pretty good place.
Seems like the opposite. You'd want to put it in a cool, dry place.
I don't know about that, Nick.
Moving on.
It's a photo of him and Shari. So Shari's back in the flesh.
She's back in the New York groove.
She and him are staring in horror as a dark shadow looms over them. And we all know, so far, dark shadow equals Spidey.
Yeah, not sure Johnny Depp.
And now at home, Greg is very sad about Shari. He starts tearing up. Actually, no, he starts tearing up the photo. Probably tearing up too, though, because he's real sad.
Yeah, and I have a note saying, like, usually ripping up pictures means you don't want to see the person ever again.
Yeah. And in that case, she's not in the photo, so frame that.
Yeah. Wait, no.
She's already not in the photo. Why tear it up?
Yeah, I guess.
I guess it's the opposite. You tear it up because you want to see him again. But instantly, she reappears in front of her house with no memory of the last couple days.
Aliens.
Yeah, I think so. Kids just have a resiliency for this sort of thing because she's kind of okay about it.
Yeah, she's like, oh, I think I lost a day and a half, but, that's 1 day and a half of existence in this horrible town that I didn't have to live through, so, yay.
She may possibly be impregnated by an alien.
Oh, is that Egg Monsters from Mars?
I think that's the story for Egg Monsters from Mars. It's basically Shari she loses 2 days out of her life, and then she gives birth to a bunch of eggs.
Seems legit.
Egg monsters. So Greg and Shari meet up, Nick, to return the camera. Only Greg doesn't bring the camera with them. They're just there to talk about it.
Yeah.
And
this is the point where I'm just like, okay, there are still, 4 chapters in this fucker left. Start doing something. Yeah, start getting to a finale. Because, I'm like, come on, guys.
Now, this seems like a criticism on Stein, not on the character.
It is.
Okay.
It is. You just have the characters doing the same thing for a few chapters, and it's like, okay, they know what they have to do. Why aren't they doing it?
Yeah, and if they're not going to do it, somebody snap a picture.
What would that accomplish?
Wow, that's the most exciting part of this is the picture is taken. I want to see what develops. I want to see what... And it seems like it's increasingly worse. The situations are getting worse.
Yeah. So, yeah, okay. Move on. Sorry.
So, they meet up, and they're chased by Spidey. Spidey is just running with his legs, kicking high.
Like a spider.
Yeah.
Because that's how spiders move.
I feel like it's more like how an ostrich moves. But a good Samaritan, a neighbor drives by. Jerry Norman.
Hi, I'm Jerry Norman. Is that guy bothering you kids?
Well, you have a much different idea of what Jerry Norman sounds like than I.
I mean, I just did a voice. It's not what I actually thought.
I thought it was more like, hey, who's this guy? This guy bothering you?
Oh, so it's Officer Riddick.
I guess they're all just like Officer Riddick.
Hey, what's going on over here?
You want me to follow you home so this old man doesn't follow you?
Deborah! I don't want to follow these damn kids.
Spidey runs off.
As one does.
Jerry scared him off.
Spider.
Greg and Shari say thank you, Jerry Norman. You're doing God's work. And it's like, you know what? This is all too much. Let's bring that camera back tomorrow.
No, do it right now.